Hey everyone, welcome to What's Happening This Week in Real Estate. I got Conrad Zerini here with RE/MAX Escarpment, RE/MAX Niagara, top broker and around. You got to sign up with this guy if you're a realtor because you are losing out. We got Brian Hogman, top mortgage broker here in Ontario, probably in Canada also. And we got myself here, Rob Golfi. And
top in
this
Canada,
is,
the
that's it.
Number one RE/MAX in Canada.
That's it.
So
that's it. I appreciate that.
One. We're fake ones. You're the
that's
real
it.
one.
Yeah. All the other ones are fake. And it's true. They are. They give fake numbers. They give fake numbers. Yeah. I get it. I know why Trump's pissed off at everybody because they're all fake. That's it. But Christmas, how everybody everything go well at Christmas? How about you spent Christmas in Florida, didn't you?
Yeah, and it was a little bit cold, but I can't complain about being cold in Florida because that just sounds terrible, right? But we got to go to Disney World for New Year's Eve. And, it kind of makes me feel good as a dad because all the things I do wrong as a dad, I feel like that gives me some brownie points and makes me a good dad when I bring my daughter to Disney World, right? I'm back in the plus, so.
Did you see the fireworks? Did you see the fireworks?
Like they are on a different level there. I look left, fireworks. I look straight, fireworks. I look right, I look down, fireworks.
Is this every night? Is this every night?
New Year's Eve was exceptional, but every single night you look out your window, fireworks.
How much do they blow in fireworks a year? They must blow freaking hundreds and millions of dollars.
Well, I have a barge.
Millions. I heard the one is in the million. Like I'll send you, and I have a video of it. It's like 3.5 minutes of constant. Yeah. Kids are crying because it's so loud in their ears. They're dying.
So you were away from family. Like were your parents, Wendy's side, your side, they were upset that you were away, or were they with you guys?
No, our family's pretty small, so we just brought sister-in-law and brother-in-law down for Christmas as well too. We called it like Christmas with the Cranks this year. You ever see that movie where they decide to skip Christmas? So we went away on the 21st. And did Christmas down there and had Santa hats on the beach kind of thing. So
any flu bugs running around down there? Anybody get the
Florida doesn't have flu bugs. I don't know if you they don't believe in
they didn't have COVID either.
No, they don't have no, they got nothing down there. You know what? And then during COVID everything was open.
That was
that's it. So DeSantis knows what he's doing down in Florida. So first time in my entire life I didn't have Christmas dinner with family.
Wow.
I got so my wife got sick on Christmas Eve, the day before Christmas. And then we knew she was sick on Christmas Day, so we didn't have anybody over or anything because we were sick. I got sick Christmas night, so Boxing Day. So because we didn't have dinner or anything, you know what I did, Conrad? I got to tell you guys, I'm here at the office working on Christmas Day. Christmas Day.
That's wow.
What am I gonna do? Sit at home, watch movies? Right. I don't know. I just said I got to do something, so I got. Dedication. But I got sick at Christmas night. I got sick, and I was out on Boxing Day, and then I came into the office on the 27th, feeling, I was a little off a little bit, but I was feeling better. And then on the 28th, I was back in gear 100%. But did you catch any bug at all, or what?
No. Nothing. I was clean, but a lot of things were canceled because I had events to go to, and they said, the host is canceling. They're sick. So things got postponed, but a lot of people were sick, but
you didn't pick up any bug, eh?
No, I'm like a cockroach. I don't catch anything. You can't kill me.
It's like he floats around and everything. Oh God. But it's just, no, I couldn't believe it. I got to tell you something. I've never throw up, never barf, never. I've done it twice in the last 2 months.
Oh, really?
And prior to that was probably 25 years ago.
Jesus, yeah.
Like that was self-inflicted, though, right, Rob? 25 years ago.
You know what? Yeah, probably. It was probably I had too much cognac at someone's house. I should have drank a little bit better than this.
Or you saw your Apple stock. You saw your Apple stock go down.
But you know what? Like I don't know why I'm getting sick. I don't know if it's the COVID shit. You guys don't get sick. It's
buzzing around. They're talking about it all over the country. Canada and U.S. It's like rampant, right? Rampant. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway. So real estate, what's your prediction for 2024?
Okay, three rate cuts, 50 basis points apiece. First one probably end of Q1, maybe beginning of April. Yeah, we'll be at because unemployment's a sticky one, man. That's now it's going to be around.
Yeah,
I heard it's like 6-7. It could be 7. Bank of Canada is a little bit spooked, but they gotta weigh their options because look, if we go down 50 basis points, look what happened in August when they paused, or with May when they paused. Everybody went ballistic, so the market really shot up. Yeah, they gotta watch themselves. But we have a shortage of homes. All those indicators are there. So the minute they pull that one lever, it's going to happen. There's nothing they can do about it. But yeah, I'm thinking 150 basis points by the end of the year, bar none.
Yeah. I think it's going to be three of them reductions, but they're going to be a quarter point instead of 50 points. I don't know. I think it's too aggressive in the 50, just because the fact is, like if they do 50 basis points each time, Conrad, I think it's just going to put a freaking a craze in the market. I really do. I don't know. Like Brian, what's your prediction?
I think Tiff's a little gun shy too. I think just human nature. You don't want to overcompensate and overcorrect, especially when everybody's ridiculing the hell out of you, right? And I think when Tiff goes to drop the bar, I think it's going to be a quarter. I think he's going to want to drop a half, and I think if he doesn't drop the quarter it probably won't be February, right? Or it won't be this one for sure in January. It won't be. But if he doesn't drop the quarter in March, I could see, to Conrad's point, a half in April. It's really going to see, because then he's going to get a lot of flack if he doesn't drop the quarter in March, because what do we create, 100 jobs? I think that's like a rounding error. Like it said, Canada created 100 jobs. Like how do you count 100?
That's not even worth saying anything about.
And right. People are you're seeing small businesses. Yeah, things are closing down.
Yeah.
Look, they see those numbers, and they see those reno numbers. They see a lot of that stuff. Canada's housing and potash. I say it over and over again, and renovations and lumber, and they're seeing it. It's slipping away, and they got to regain it. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Right?
I think they're a little scared on what to do. I think we're in a big constipation in buyers sitting and waiting. And every month, new buyers are sitting and waiting. It's just one big, like someone's going to have to, once they put some interest rates, they put the interest rates down. That's like taking the medicine where all of a sudden it comes out that. Well, you know what I mean? It's just going to be.
Consumer confidence has been so low for so long.
And I think it's, you know what? There's going to be a little bit of competition again. Things are going to start going because people are going to start jumping in.
Especially on the low end.
And you know what? I think it's going to be a repeat of 2022 to a certain degree, a repeat of 2023. The market took a little bit of a dive in the beginning and at the end of 2022, and then it rose, and then it went back down again, right? Mm-hmm. So like we're hovering in a certain kind of level of pricing, and I think some areas took a pretty big nosedive.
30 points.
In like Burlington and some other areas, but they recoup fast. They'll recoup fast. Like 2023 was almost benchmark price was almost the same as 2021.
Yeah, pretty virtually the same. Yeah,
the same. Yeah. So and I think we'll be a little better than 2023, but not that much better. But I think, but I do think you got to get into real estate now because it's going to turn around and things are going to fly like crazy.
I actually think, there's been a lot of talk in the condo market, right? And especially I always look at the investor stuff because I'm a big investor, and I know a lot of people bid off a lot on the condo investment, and there's a lot of speculation about people wanting to sell there. I actually think you might see that Q1, but I think you're going to see a very different story Q2, Q3, because if I'm an investor and I've made it this far, my cash flow is going to get better Q2 and Q3. Because if I carried that, a lot of investors, they did carry it on a line of credit. Let's say a down payment on a line. Home equity. For every quarter point drop, you're almost going to see $100 savings on a $500,000. So if it goes down a half, like Conrad says, well, now you're $200 savings.
Yep.
If it goes down 1 point, now you're $400 savings. That could be the difference for me going from bleeding every month to breaking even. So now I'll be like, that now affects the condo supply. So I'm not going to sell my investment property now. I'm going to hang on because I see the rates going.
Yeah.
and then it's going to create the price increase a little bit more in that. So I think I know I sound like the car salesman when I say buy now, but I think Q1 is that.
But yeah, and I think the 50 basis points is probably where they're going to look at. It's got to have some sort of impact, and that'll definitely change the inflation numbers as well. They'll bring them into check, because a lot of it is finance, right? Is mortgage finance in that piece. So they're gonna have the jobs are gonna go maybe to 7% unemployment. We'll see this thing happening. People are gonna want to see something go on, and again, there's a bunch of deals that are gonna have to close. So the banks that are funding these things, right, are saying, hey guys, we don't want to see this default go to crazy, and renewal again. We don't want to see renewal again either. I think this is 2024 is this kind of finding common ground, because you got the sellers saying, look, like you said, Rob, prices are virtually the same. I'm hanging on. And you're seeing the buyers saying days on market is going, and we're doubling up on months of supply. So this is that common ground. I think people have to get a little bit more granular, start looking at square footage, and work with a great realtor that will help you guide you through this, and find that common ground. Because once you find that common ground, it will take off from there on in, and you won't be able to afford it anymore. It's going to be very costly.
So unit sales are down 40% from 2021. Do you now and like the lowest ever since 2000? Like
2000, they said turn of the century.
Yeah, I'm like, I love that turn of the century. I know, turn of the century. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But do you think we'll get to that number, or do you think we have to work our way slowly back up to that?
It's going to be a trek back. I think again, you got mountains of debt that Canadians have. And wages have kept decent pace. Well, look what the auto workers got, 25% increase.
Are you kidding me? That's a lot of money.
It's pretty substantial over the next
3-4 years. Yeah.
So anyway, so we're seeing that. That's the wages are keeping up. Yeah, it's going to be maybe 3, 4, 5% increase. But look, I think the trough. Look, I keep saying it over and over again. I think the pricing trough is here. I know some of the banks are saying we're going to see it come down a little bit and then go back. But for the most part, the trough is here. Unit sales trough is here. We'll see some incremental increases. Definitely. I'm very optimistic about 2024.
Yeah, I am too. Do you think the sales unit numbers in 2024 will be better, the same as 2023? That's a tough one, eh?
I think it's going to be, I just think from our point of view, it's going to be better. And one of the main reasons is because the fixed rates have already dropped.
Yeah.
Like you can qualify now, like even though the variable hasn't dropped yet, the bond market, which is what people are looking at into the future, like we saw a rate as low, you can get under 5% money right now for 5 years.
See,
right?
And I think that's a good thing.
It's huge. And that's gone from, it's not every lender, but certain lenders, you can get the 4.99 for 5 years. There's even one offering an incentive at 4.74. It's kind of a different deal, but it's like that means that people can qualify for more because the stress test is 2 points above that rate.
That's
so if I'm a new home buyer, now I'm qualifying at 4.99 plus 2 is 6.99. Well, that's a heck of a lot better than me qualifying at 8%. 6 months ago. So now I can afford more, no competition. I'm going to go out and buy.
And Brian, do you think that the bond is it's baked into it now, like a little bit, like more, it's early? Like what I'm saying is if it goes 150 basis points, like the bond market is probably taken in that 100, like my prediction or the prediction out there already 100 basis points.
I think the bond market's kind of like an overreacting ex-girlfriend or boyfriend. They get really overreact about something like, what'd you do, right? And they get,
what do you think? Yeah.
You should have posted that online. What are you doing?
I'm going down, right? But I think because it shoots down, but then if it goes down, 1 or 1.5 basis points, we're going to be looking at a variable rate of what's that? 7.2625.7, which is still higher. So I think it overreacts down, but then it's going to probably go up again. So I think some of those, people are it's funny. People are floating back into variable right now who want to take the risk, but really the 5-year fix, like to your point, Conrad, it's baked in there a bit.
Yeah.
I don't think it's not going to go down in direct correlation as the variable.
That's what I'm saying. So to see 4.5 long-term rates at the end of next year, it may, I don't know, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Now the U.S. have they already started dropping their interest rates? Like, because they're a lot higher than we are, aren't they? Like, aren't they higher than we are in the U.S.?
No, they have.
Or are they level to the?
They held steady though. They like made a mark in the sand, say like they haven't dropped yet, but they held steady.
Oh,
they said 3 decreases next. They've
forecasting, right?
Yeah,
forecasting.
Same situation. No, but the interest rate in the U.S. isn't it just a little tad higher than what we are here in Canada?
I think it's a little bit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little higher, but guys, I do feel next year, this year, 2024. I'm hoping it's going to be better than 2023 because I like we had an amazing first quarter. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I could beat that first quarter this year as we did last year, but that's the goal. Yeah. That's the goal.
But your unit numbers were strong, Rob. And I know it's mixed, but your unit numbers, you surpassed 2021. I don't think there's too many teams in North America that surpassed their 2021 unit numbers, and you did. Like, it's pretty amazing. And as a company, we were up 24% in December, and a lot of what you guys did, and up 9% for the year. So you can, like you said, you can win in any market, right? It's that mindset.
You just got to keep going. Just keep
going.
The
rates are the same too. I was just checking. It is the same right now.
That's it. Is it the same? Is it the same? Sorry to put you on the spot there, Brian.
Okay, Google's my friend.
No, I know. You know what? I know you know everything in Canada. I'm trying to now. Now I want to know, what is the interest rate in Italy right now? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, guys, listen, I appreciate it. Thank you. Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to everyone else out there that's listening. And if you want to listen to more, subscribe and whatever else you do on frickin' YouTube and everything else, just check
Keep it clean.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, take care, guys. Thanks. Okay.
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah.